Underrated, we the underdogs, underestimated.
Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Totem Podcast. Today, like always, we got Erick with us.
How's it going, guys?
And we brought a duo. How do you call it? Power couple to you guys. So we're happy that they accepted, gave us some time to be with us here. How are you guys today, Kortney, Ryan?
Good. We're good. We're excited to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for taking time
out of your day.
Drink.
Oh yeah, no problem. So if you guys can see, she got the Axxis representing.
Axxis Beauty.
We'll dive into that a little bit, but just tell me a little bit about you guys. You want to start, Ryan? Just kind of tell me a little bit about you guys. What brought you guys around here? A little backstory.
Yeah, I'm Ryan Mashesky. 33 years old. Lived in Wiggins, Colorado for about a year and a half. We've moved around, Kortney and I, following my career and my job for the last 10 years, and starting up our own business here. That's kind of the pride and joy of Kortney, and I'm the supporter. I'm kind of the number two behind the scenes, kind of helping boost her up, but she can fill everybody in on all the details of that. But yeah, go ahead, Kort.
Yeah, I mean, we moved here because of him. Anytime I get pregnant, we move. So I feel like that happens.
Yeah, we've got 3 kids.
That's got to be fun.
We've moved for my career several times. I think like 5 total.
So what I'm trying to say
is there going to be much more moving? I guess you should ask them.
No, it goes hand in hand. So if she gets pregnant or I have to move, we know one or the other is going to happen. So.
Yes. No, we like it here. We moved here. I've been here a year in December, and we like it here. Wiggins is kind of like how I grew up, a small community, small town, small school. Everybody knows everybody, so it's actually a really great town to live in.
Not probably the town you think of for a makeup company to start from, but when you've got somebody that's so passionate about it, then I guess it doesn't matter where you're at.
Exactly.
Yeah, nowadays, I mean, you're pretty much, it's more of online, not really, so I mean, if people can see you online, I mean, that's kind of where it's at. With that, I mean, kind of give us a breakdown, Kortney, since you're the backbone of it, so like, give us a breakdown, kind of, what is it?
What is Axxis Beauty?
Axxis Beauty will be a direct sales makeup company where women, just like me, just like your wife, just like your fiance, anybody, anywhere can sign up in the USA, can sign up with Axxis Beauty and represent my company, but also make a profit for themselves. So they can, represent my cosmetic line and do live videos and do some pictures, some TikToks, and that's basically it. And then I'm just gonna be this really badass CEO who's been there, who's been a sign up, but now I'm the CEO where I can kind of walk you through what to do as a sign up because I've been there.
I think the best thing about the way we're gonna do this is that, because you touched on how the women are going to be able to rep this product and rep this line, and we really think this product that you're developing from scratch with a company that does the chemistry for us, does all the formulating for us.
Oh, you haven't even got there.
Haven't got there yet. But these women will have the opportunity to basically start their own business.
Yep.
They can do whatever they want with this, right? There's no limits to it. There's a structure based on how they'd be paid and how all that works, but they could sell our product, they could sell someone else's product, they could have an online presence, be a social media influencer that is the biggest and best, and the sky's the limit for anybody to do any of that stuff.
That's pretty cool. First of all, with that, congratulations, Erick, with your fiance.
Not yet.
Out here. No,
not yet.
Whoops, did I spill the beans?
Uh-oh, he spilled the beans.
No.
Open the can of worms now.
Yeah. Girlfriend.
Should we just go back and edit that out?
Let's just cut that part out. Make sure she just skips to
my
this part.
I think we should leave it.
You guys are going to leave me. I'm done. I'll just go. I'll just leave.
Now you set the release date for this. It's going to have to wait until whenever you do that.
Yeah, it's going to have to wait a couple years.
Couple years. Yeah, that won't work.
But no, we got to talk about the chemist part.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, you guys are, so he said you guys are saying you got a chemist, so it's like, it's not just like in your basement mixing shit up and like, hey, let's go. Like, you got actual legit.
Yeah, so I actually did research and I found a manufacturing company who will actually produce my formula from scratch. So I just kind of had to tell them what I was looking for, what ingredients were I wanting, just to kind of give them a start. And then we just communicate. They send me samples, and then I put it on, and I say, okay, it needs this, it needs that. But yeah, it's an actual chemist team. All women, by the way. I want to say that. It is a women-owned company, and they are producing my dream, and they're doing it right here in the USA, which is so cool to me because I can actually say, like, hey, my chemist team and my products were built and handmade in the USA.
How hard is it to do that? Because how you explained it seems like really easy, but I bet it was like it took a lot of like trial and error, like finding the right team to do it, finding the right like formula. Bet you they probably sent you a bunch of like test samples and all that stuff.
I could tell. Yeah.
Did you try them on? Did you try them on you?
Yes,
Were you the
I
test
did.
dummy?
So
Yes, I did.
Kortney probably won't tell you as well, just because she had to do all the work. You know, she's very humble that way. So I'll tell you, she had to do a lot of research. There was hours and hours and hours, and I had to be there too with 3 kids, the little baby, holding them,
Almost 1-year-old.
researching all these different ingredients. Like really starting from scratch. Like we didn't know on the first day what it took to really make a foundation, for example. So just the time it took, just researching what that stuff is and what it does, and then beyond that, what does she want it to do, and what those ingredients could be that she'd have to introduce.
And how do you get them?
How do you know that?
You know?
Like how do we know that? I just there's online databases, there's books, there's just going to stores and looking at
Oh, we did
stuff.
that. Remember my arm?
And just buying and trying different things to kind of get an
Make it all
idea
over.
of textures and smells and feels and like how it dries and that. And
Yes,
I
it's very
know more
meticulous.
about makeup than probably the average male. I promise you.
You do.
Which is, but it's okay. It's
Yeah.
good. So
How long was that process of just trial and error?
I'm still doing it.
Still doing it?
Yeah,
not done
it's
yet.
not done yet. So like my last sample I have on right now, it's pretty much there, but there's just a few things that need adjusting. So I'm pretty confident the next sample I receive will be the final formula. I hope. Fingers
Hopefully.
crossed. Yeah, because it definitely is. I'm not a very patient person. I mean, I have 3 children, so you'd think that would come with it, but it is like I'm so eager to launch that I just can't make decisions based off quickness. I need to kind of think about, how is this going to work for this skin type? How is this going to work for somebody who's acne prone? You know, I got to really think about all the what ifs.
That's a pretty good insight, because I feel like a lot of makeup companies now, they just kind of like try and do like one size fits all, like a general thing, and then certain skin types don't work well or stuff like that. You know how you're saying with like the acne and stuff, like that's a
oily
big
skin or
problem.
dry skin. Definitely.
Yeah,
I mean, that's 2 huge
because
ones.
like my slogan behind my company, Axxis Beauty, is imagine a beauty company that revolves around you. So that right there just says a lot, where like our mindset is as CEOs is we really do want to do our best to cater and serve to your needs, not only as a customer, but as an advisor, which is what you'll be called when you sign up. But I'm really confident that what I'm producing is going to be like a household item.
Is that where the name Axxis Beauty came from?
Yeah. No, actually, no. I created the slogan after Axxis.
But it was based on the fact that if you think about a planet and how the axis of a planet revolves, right? Where that's the center of it, and it revolves around the axis, right? So it all kind of worked hand in hand. That's really where we wanted to go with it, because it's not just about the product and how it's supposed to be able to satisfy the needs of people that have different skin types and skin needs, but you touched on it earlier, how you've been there as a advisor or affiliate or representative, as an influencer on social media for other companies, and that's where she's coming from with all of this.
I've been in the game.
Not
I've
as a
been in the
chemist,
game.
but she sold makeup products for other companies and kind of learned the craft of how to present yourself on a video on Facebook, or how to present yourself on Instagram and do that stuff. So along with the product, she wants to have a company that is in the direct sales, multi-level marketing niche that also helps train women empower women, grow women. It could be men too. Since
Anybody.
I'm involved, I would love to have a male line because I have a beard. I like beard oils. I like shampoos. I like that kind of. You never know what we can have.
I use a little bit of a beard oil trying to grow this thing out a little bit.
Yeah, it looks good.
But the point of everything is, I think every experience you've ever been in and that I've seen, because I've always been there, trying to do my best to support the time commitment it takes for someone.
Oh boy, yes, it does.
And the money is there with that time commitment, right? The more content you produce, typically the more exposure you get and the more money you make in this type of business. Yeah, wow.
But I mean, it all starts with the foundation of the company. Like, I'll tell you right now, with my company, our company. Sorry, even though I'm the face of the company.
You are.
I'm just kidding.
Don't
But listen, what I'm trying to say is, like, we're going to set such a good foundation for you guys, because we're just, like, look, we're sitting there having a few drinks. Like, we're just two people who, somebody had a dream, and he's supporting me. And what we really want is you to just be able to just be part of a company and feel included and feel like you have all the resources you need, because I've been in the game, he's been in the game, and, you know, it's just...
We compete with other companies, but our company doesn't need to compete within itself among the advisors that we'll have. And that's another thing that you've seen and experienced, that it's part of it. It's a culture thing. We want to have a culture that's inclusive, inviting, friendly, open, honest, transparent, right? I mean, that's the whole point of revolving around you. The product will revolve around you. The experience will revolve around you. The ability to grow and become better for yourself. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
With that, like, just kind of listening to you guys talk, it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys heard the saying, like, it's always good to have a number one, like in a company, a number one, but a number two is really in my opinion, like the backbone of it, because you guys have kids, so it's like the kids are running around, he's the number two taking care of the kids. No one's taking care of the kids, you can't do your thing.
Exactly.
And so that's why I think, because I can relate, because I'm in the same way, like with my wife. She helps me, so it's like, if I don't got time, if I got to go do that, it takes time away from that to be able to do it, I think, personally. And another thing that I kind of like, so it's access. So what I like also is I feel like you guys are going to be open to, like, it revolves around, like you said, how it revolves around to, like, feedback, like what people are thinking, like we're talking bigger companies, they just do it, one size fits all, and then that's it. Like, you guys are going to be like, okay, like, adjustments as you go, Exactly. It's always you're always learning as the process goes.
People to tell you what they want is your inside. So, like, I kind of look at it, like, from the inside out. Like, I want to take care of, if I don't take care of, essentially it's like a big honeycomb, right? If I don't take care of the inside, then it's not going to produce honey. It's not going to be good. So when I take care of the ladies or men who ever sign up as an advisor, they'll be the best to give me feedback. Like, you know what? My customers feel like we need this. Okay, cool. Let's talk about it. So feedback and criticism, whatever it may be, we will definitely be accepting of that, for sure.
And it's also like creating that culture where, like, you're open to it and you welcome that kind of.
Because there's a lot where it's like a hostile environment. Like, I'm pretty sure if you guys
they say that they're open to feedback.
We're open, yeah.
And
we're open to it, and then they tell them something, and they're just like, this bitch,
Yeah.
Just like, you know what I mean?
I've been there.
And then that's what I'm like. You're open to the feedback, because that's what's going to make you grow, because you're listening to the consumer.
What you just said is exactly right, because there has been times, I'm not going to sit here and say where I've been or what I've done, but I will say that I know how I felt in some situations. So I know what it's like when let's say someone comes to us with a concern of whatever the case may be. We are going to talk about it. We are going to sit there and be like, you know what? Do you want to video chat us? Like, what do you need? That's what we want, because there are many times in my own business that I wanted so badly to just talk to the CEO, to just be like, hey, I need this or whatever.
But how difficult is that access to be able to?
You're gonna get it from us. You're gonna get it from us, because we want you. We want to feel approachable. It's like, let's say we're at a convention. We're chilling, hanging out. I want you guys to come up and hang out with us, talk to us. We're just two peas in a pod, and
I hope we get that big. So that, but I think we recognize, and I've learned this just by being in kind of the corporate world, right, or the in what I do, but really one of our big focuses in my career is that we recognize that as our customers are successful and our customers grow, then we grow and we're successful. So I think we absolutely are trying to apply that same mindset to what we do, because if you can't force a customer to take something or needs or buy something they don't want, or if there's something wrong with it and they don't like it, they're not going to buy it.
And then they
They'll
might
buy
not come back.
something else, or they'll go do something completely different. And that's not going to make us successful. So if people want access and they want transparency and they want to be able, I said access meaning like
I like
ability
it.
to talk
like
to
it.
us. If that's part of what it takes for this company and everybody to be successful and for them to be able to succeed and win, that's what we have to do. And we're not going to just ignore that just for the sake of not wanting to do it, because that's not going to help.
So was it like all those like kind of like bad experiences that you had that gave you kind of like this want to like start your own
I can
thing?
make this better.
What was it just
Not
like?
everything was
Absolutely.
necessarily a bad experience.
No, it wasn't. No. I feel everything. I love divine timing. Just everything happens for a reason. Like there's a reason why right now we're sitting here right now talking, right? So I am very grateful for the experiences that I've had. I've had to guide a team. I've had to talk to women about feeling that, I feel left out. I've had to be that person, that mentor for them. But what I was feeling was I could do more for not just my team. I could do more for like that team and that team. You know what I mean? So like I can't do that when I'm not the CEO. So that just made me just more passionate. You know what? Like literally, he was in the shower, okay? And I was brushing my teeth, I think. I'm not sure what I was
Is this
doing.
how the idea kind of just
This is how I
sparked?
started.
Okay.
So, and I was sitting there, I'm just upset because I was just like, I love what I do, but like, I'm just like, babe, I'm not feeling like this is what I should be doing. And he literally was in the shower and he's like, babe, you could so make your own makeup company. I was like, whatever. And he's like, no, like, let's do it. So there I was. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I could do it. And just started researching and it just kind of just took off. Like,
Did you always have that kind of like thought, or like that doubt, I guess, because you worked with it, so you have that doubt in your mind, but then when somebody else kind of sparked an idea in your head, you're just like, wait, I kind of been thinking about this, like, this guy said it, he sees it in me, like, maybe I fucking can.
I think he is my biggest supporter ever, but I feel like I did need that little extra push from him, and he just made it sound so like nonchalant, like, babe, you could totally do it, like, dude, come on. It made me feel like, yeah, like he never even questioned. He wasn't like, you know what, let's just take a break from what you're doing, because he knew I didn't want to take a break. Like I didn't want to stop what I was doing, but I did. I stopped selling for companies because I was just feeling my glass was half empty, and because he said it so, it just made me feel like, you know what, come on, let's
Starting a business is hard. There's
Very hard.
a lot of paper.
You guys know that. You guys have your own business.
The money piece, obviously, right? I mean, the money investment is huge, and we're fortunate that my career is able to kind of allow for this, because this isn't one of the cheapest things that we could do to start off with.
Oh no, we could have done a way cheaper route.
And
Yes.
I guess our conversation
Cheaper isn't
grow.
always better, though.
No.
No.
Cheaper would have been like, I would have went and picked out an already
Yeah.
done formula,
And just stick
but
your label on there.
possibly
Yeah.
somebody else has that same formula somewhere else. But I can literally say, this is mine, patent, and this is mine.
Also, it's going to be patent and everything.
Yeah, it's patent pending.
Okay.
So once it's formalized, we will
It's
go to the
official.
next process.
Okay.
So like, it'll literally be mine.
Cool. So what were you telling us, Ryan? Sorry, we interrupted you a little
How
bit.
many Monico are we just...
Well, I guess what I was saying is, I mean, we were talking about before, I mean, being the number two, right, and then the one in the background. So I'm not only, when you're out in the front and you're working on this, I need to find time to do the things that we need to do for this too. Plus, I work a job where I'm working 5-6 days a week, 10, 12-hour days every single day too. So it is a big commitment, it's a big responsibility, and it's a lot of fun though, and it's very rewarding, and I'm glad we're only 33, 34 years old getting this going, because man, the sleep
We're
is...
not 34.
I will be in August.
Oh,
Very
that's right.
soon.
Jeez.
Dang.
That's right.
Very soon.
old.
Thanks for calling me out. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, I'm
yeah.
about 3
Love
months
you.
out now.
Yeah, I guess so.
So we're getting close. But yeah, and then it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying
It is.
How's that? Talk to me a little bit about how it is being a parent with the business, especially having little kids. I mean, because they need your like 100% pretty much attention. So how's that?
It's challenging. It's difficult. It's. I mean, I love my boys. I really do, and I know we both do.
And a baseball coach.
I wouldn't trade.
Yeah, and I coach baseball.
I wouldn't trade any of that because to me, being a father is one. It is the best thing I've ever.
I think what drives us. Not to interrupt. Sorry, I'm good at that. I just love you. Okay, can I go? Okay, so just to piggyback off of him, because I stay home all day, I don't get a lot done when it comes to working. Because like I'm building my own website, like I'm doing it all, like all of it. And when I can't work on Axxis Beauty when he's at work. It's just non-existent. So when he gets home, like he has to take off his work mask and put on his dad mask, and sometimes I go away for a couple hours, and it's been hard on us because we don't get a lot of time together, but I know in the end it'll be completely worth it because I grew up broke, and the one thing I want for my kids is to have a very good childhood. Doesn't mean that need to have a lot of money, but I want to be able to give them, like my son loves to play football and stuff, and doing a club football is not cheap. So we want to be able to let them do things and experience, like go to Disney World. You know, we want to be able to do stuff like that. So I think that's our motive to just.
If you want to be
keep
your own
going.
boss, who wouldn't want to be their own boss? That's like the best thing. If you could support yourself and be your own boss, that's like the key right there, right? And then we're also offering opportunity for anybody to be their own boss and have that opportunity as well, right?
The thing with I guess we're gonna have to. The word of the day today is access, but it's like so. Every time you hear access, you're having a drink. But so
Let's do it.
so what kind of what you're talking about? You said it's not just about money, but money gives you access to a lot of stuff. The club football, you can't go to Disneyland and fucking just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna give you a hug. I got a lot of love. Let me in the fast lane.
I'm gonna give you a hot check. Like, come
it's
on.
different.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys been to Disneyland, but it's different if you're in the fast lane or if you're just the regular. I don't know if you experienced it before.
Big
but
difference.
It's fucking big difference.
Yeah.
So it's like money gives you access.
I like
so
that.
it's like I just think it's we want to think like, oh no, just don't think about money.
It's hard not to.
But you need money.
Gives you your
don't think
lifestyle.
don't think about money. Cool. Just don't do your house payment. Don't think about the money.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how that goes for you.
Yeah.
Or stuff
No.
like
It's
that.
the lifestyle. You're right, though. I mean, yeah. I mean, Jordan, our oldest, is going to start playing club football. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not
I
cheap.
mean, no, it's not. And you know the traveling that it takes, and now gas is $4 a gallon. But it's how it is. We got to drive to Loveland for his games every day, or every Sunday, Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it takes. So, but we want to have, we ourselves want to have a good lifestyle, and then also offer the opportunity for others to get that as well.
Absolutely. Because staying at home mom, there's sometimes you lose your identity. Like you kind of forget, like, I'm not just a mom. Like, I'm a badass that likes to do makeup. Like, maybe I could make a little side income from that. That's how a lot of them start. But I want them to know, like, this could really be like your career. You could really be a part of Axxis, and just as we grow, you grow, and be a stay-at-home mom. Yeah, you do that, but now you have like your backbone back, and you feel like got your mojo back. You kind of know, like, you guys can't relate. You're not stay-at-home mom.
No, but I see it with my wife. Like you need a purpose. You start losing purpose. You have a purpose, something to look forward to. Mm-hmm. So it's like it. And then that was another thing I kind of want to get with you. Like what drives you guys?
Our kids. I think our kids and our backgrounds. So just trying to reiterate on backgrounds and kids, we have 3 boys, and I grew up with 3 brothers. And growing up on a farm, small town, like I'm talking, I don't even know what the population was back then, but like my graduating class was like 28 altogether, and we had like 5 girls. So growing up,
Tiny,
like I'm talking tinier than Wiggins, and Wiggins is tiny. But like what motivates me, and I'll let Ryan kind of say why he's motivated, but I'm motivated because of my childhood. Like I grew up, my dad, he was a farmer, but it was when interest rate was completely crazy. You guys want to know, you guys are babies, but you know.
We weren't either before we were born too.
But I mean, I experienced it. Like my dad went bankrupt. Like I have experienced the low of the low, and not having, like, going to school and all these girls had on like buckle jeans, and I'm rolling in some Goodwill stuff. You know, like I really, not that matters, but I mean, it does matter to a little kid. And I want to be able to offer my kids a lifestyle, right? Because money comes with lifestyle that they choose. Maybe Jordan likes to wear all Nike. Cool, I don't care. But like, I want to be able to afford that to an extent to where he is allowed to express himself however he wants. And that's what motivates me, is because I wasn't allowed to do like club football, or well, I didn't get it, but club basketball and stuff like that, because it was just too expensive for my family. So, you know, having a means of money does open up your capabilities to just do more. And that's what I want to do for my kids and for our marriage. And
so it kind of goes back, like for your kid, you want to be able to give them, it's not necessarily that they want the Nike shoes, but you want to be able to give them the option to have it if they do want it. Like, exactly. we can afford it, we can have it. Do you think just kind of diving a little deeper, do you think like your childhood, how it was, do you think people should have to kind of suffer, like have to go through some sort of hardship to be able to make them fucking be better instead of being so soft? Yeah, it gives you perspective. Yeah,
for sure. And I could go on for days about this, but like
I could. I mean, she's told me stories about having to heat the house with wood they'd chop all day.
Yeah,
because
like
they couldn't pay the gas bill, right? So.
Yeah, we would have like no propane, no gas, and my dad, we'd have to go out and cut wood. I'm talking wood. Like, you get a chainsaw and you get an axe. My dad always had his cooler of beer, right? You know, that's just how he was. And we would spend my weekends. I wasn't doing weekends with like my friends, and I was working for my dad and helping keep the family house warm. Or like, we used to butcher our own deer. Like, we were that broke, like we had to literally butcher our own deer and warm up our own house.
I think that's pretty cool. The butchering your own deer. I don't think that necessarily have to be like not have the financial. I mean,
some people do it for fun.
I like to do it for fun. Like butcher animal, I like to do it for fun. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's pretty cool, actually. Like,
yeah, we used every single piece of it that we had to, just because. I mean, it's just, and I appreciate that, because there is times where I feel like, because of how I grew up, I appreciate more about just our lifestyle. Like, we have a nice house. We do give our children nice things, but like, I do truly feel like you don't have to go through the hardships, but it damn sure makes you more appreciative and understanding of other people's situations.
Yeah,
but I bet that's you probably didn't always feel that way though. Like, when you're actually like younger, going through it, you're like,
you're in the house for
fuck.
I didn't even know. Dude, we'd have mice on the stove. Like, my mom's cooking supper and there's like a mice running through, and she'd be like, Doug. She'd be like, Doug, another mouse in the house.
Toast that bitch up.
Yeah, but like, when I was little, like, I didn't know any better. But like, looking at it now, I'm like, if I had a mouse in my house right now, my kids in the house, I'd be like,
Ryan.
But you know, I mean, I love my parents. Like, they gave us everything they could, but it definitely makes me appreciate a lot more out of life.
But it's not until like you get older that you like look back and you realize that stuff.
I could write a book of like the shit that the farm, like everybody who's from Spearville, and if they're watching this, they already know the Castlemans. Like, man, like you just know, like, you know what they went through. And
but I think for me, I'm just kind of seeing it like from the outside, because I just like to see like the details. I mean, I'm kind of weird like that, but it's like, I think it gives you an edge, like, with stuff, because so you grew up pretty much, you can say, like, with nothing, you know, you hustled it. So if something were to happen that you lose like all your stuff, like financial stuff, your materialistic stuff, you know, you could fucking survive.
Yeah.
And the people that are like, you're born in that like everything's given to you, you lose everything, you just lost your whole identity. I think that's what makes it. I think that's what gives you the
builds character.
Yeah, builds your character. But and then on that, I guess we kind of skipped over you, Ryan. What drives you?
Well, hold on. He has to talk about his childhood, because I gotta say one more thing. You guys are gonna laugh. This is how different we are. So when we went out to dinner, when I first met him, okay? Well, not first met him, but we went out to dinner with his family, and they have very good etiquette. Like, they are very etiquette,
this was
awesome mannerism people. And I'm just like, just eat, right? And I love pepper on my food. And this guy comes over and he's like, would you like pepper on your salad? I'm like, sure. Takes this big old pepper thing out and he's like twisting it, and I'm just fucking chilling here. Like, that's a lot of pepper, but like, I thought he was gonna stop. Ryan leans over and he's like, you gotta tell him to stop. I'm like, oh shit, that's enough. But like, just that's the difference in how we grew up. Okay,
That's
now you can go. I just had to
funny.
share that because he's taught me a lot. Just
So bottom line, I think we want our kids to have a better childhood than we had. And I didn't experience the stuff that Kortney did. I didn't grow up on a farm. I didn't have to do or near like what you had to do like that.
Were you more like city, like
Yeah, so I
more into city
was
stuff?
born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and when I got done with 8th grade, I moved to Texas, to Houston, Texas area, actually in Katy, Texas, a town. My dad was an engineer, and he was the provider, for the family. He went to work and worked in at a company that did like big refrigeration systems for like food plants. And then he ended up getting a different job and moving us to Texas and got in oil and gas, and that's what he's still doing. He's getting pretty close to retiring now. But it gave us a pretty good life. My mom stayed at home with my sister and I. I have a younger sister. So she was the homemaker. She kept the house, in order and helped my sister and I, kept us in check with school. When we got home from school, we had to do our homework, could have a little snack, do our homework, and then homework was done, we'd go do what we wanted to do, had to be in bed, and wake up the next morning. She was up with us, made us breakfast, sent us off to school with a hug and a kiss, and said, have a good day, right? And that's how it is kind of nice. We had
the white picket house.
I had
fenced. He had a perfect little childhood.
I had a good childhood. I did.
And there's me, my stove.
We did a lot of, we had vacations as a family together. We'd go to do things in the summertime. Sometimes it was simple, just go camping a couple hours away. I got to go to Disney World when I was a kid, things like that. So I have a bar.
Brag.
I have a bar. But I've got a bar that's set high to provide for my kids. I have to give them at least that or more.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's like the kind of, I guess, I don't know if it'd be a fear, but the fear of going back,
Failure is my biggest fear. No doubt about it.
That's the best thing.
Yeah. So when you put it like that, failing my kids would be the worst thing I could do to them. But I won't do that. So anyway, back to this company is an opportunity for us, and we're not in it for ourselves and selfish reasons, it's not. Obviously, people do things to support themselves and to support their family and to make their lives better. That's what we're trying to do. But I think there's also a responsibility piece there. And we're trying to address that too, just by operating the company in a way that revolves around, like going back to that. You believe in training people, you believe in working with them, you believe in making others better too, not just trying to help ourselves. We're not going to be greedy, we're not going to be selfish, we're not going to be people like that. But so, my mom and dad are very supportive of us too. They're there in the background. My mom and sister came up just kind of snap of a finger, like week's notice last week to support something that I had to do for work. But then also to be there for our grandkids, or not our grandkids, my mom's grandkids, our kids. So it's nice that, and your mom and dad are there for us too. They're very supportive of us still, and whatever they can to help us with. And it helps us with the kids. It helps us with the company. Hopefully, if my mom watches this, she knows that she needs to come stay with us for about 2 months here pretty soon as we launch.
Longer.
Because, man,
Lord,
I don't know where we're going to get the time to do all the things that need to get done still, but...
we'll just bring over here to Monico's house. We'll
my mom is retired.
Just drop
My
off
dad's
there.
in there a little bit, so my mom can come up and help us out a little bit too. I had a really good childhood. It's not all perfect. Nothing ever is. I had there's a lot of issues. I didn't have very good relationships like my extended family, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles. They weren't really around in the picture very much, but I had a good mom and dad that supported me very well, and I had a really good childhood. Gave me a good opportunity. I got to go to a 4-year college, Texas A&M, Giga Maggie's, and that got me the job I've got today and prepared me for that, and kind of allowed us to unlock the ability to try this thing out.
What's one of the biggest things that you think impacted your childhood that made you kind of want to grow and do better? Because you say I just went to Texas A&M and did this. I don't think it's that simple though. Just kind of you just say it. What's you had to have something maybe your dad, he was an engineer, but because usually as it goes, you say you want to better the life, so you're just my dad was an engineer, I gotta up it, is it something like that you think maybe? Or
my mom and dad were very very they're very persistent about me going to college. So my dad did go to college. He got a 4-year degree in engineering and mechanical engineering, but he finished it after I was born. So he was already 30, 31, 32 years old, so pretty close to my age now. So he started out with community college, and I think he worked for a while and then realized what he was doing wasn't what he wanted to do forever, because the degree he got, he was like an HVAC technician. He was going up on roofs and changing air filters out, and it was up in Milwaukee in the wintertime and in the cold, and it slips and falls and cold and dirty, and he's like, I can't do this forever. So went back to school and got the bigger degree and got a better job and made more money and gave us more opportunities as a family, and as for me as a kid and a boy and now a man, and helped me pay my way through not all of it but a lot of it to go to A&M, and that that was a big commitment, but man, that was one of the best things I ever did, and I'm glad I don't think at the time I could picture where I'm at today. It's a journey, like really for real. It's not, I didn't predetermine I'm going to do this and then go do it. I started something, I reacted to what life brought me as I went through it, and I ended up where I'm at today. And if anything had been different, I might have never met Kortney, I might have never been here. You never know.
That would have been
That's just
tragic.
kind of how life is.
Because I'm awesome.
Because I thought,
Right?
I thought I wanted to be an engineer at first too, because that's what my dad did. And a lot of boys, I want to do what Dad does. Yeah. But that just didn't work out for me like that. It didn't. And I got more into it because I think I've got more. I got more interested in the leadership stuff and the people stuff, and I realized that is where I wanted to go with it. I wanted to be more in that kind of a spot in what I could do. I wanted to lead people.
I think that's, I mean, it hits pretty good. It kind of just like skimmed over it, but where you're talking about, like, if you saw yourself, if you never pictured yourself being here, like, because it's probably, I'm guessing it might be bigger than what you expected for yourself, maybe. And that's one thing that I've heard a lot. Like, if you don't go back into your past, like the person you were last year, and you're just not like, oh fuck, like embarrassed, pretty much, like not embarrassed, I don't know if that's the right word, but you're just like, I can't believe that was me, and now I'm over here, like I don't even feel like I'm that same person. I feel like if you don't even feel like that, like you're growing, like you need to reassess like what you're doing in life, your everyday practice. Yeah, I think. And how was, like, did you go to college? Did you do stuff like that? How was your? No, I'm asking. I don't know, because like he has
got time for this. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's because like Erick, he went to college, he graduated. Me, I mean, I went to it was like a trade school. I mean, I don't know if it's like if you consider it college. That's
like
why I'm not.
It's college.
It's college, but it's not like
it's not a 4-year school.
Like a 4-year school. Like you guys more like school. I was more just like.
Well. Let's
let me take a drink first.
So you went to school, but
so here's the deal.
Hey, there's nothing wrong. Just to clear, there's nothing wrong with not going to college. Me, I have my thoughts on stuff like that, but there's nothing wrong with not.
No, I know. It's just like I don't even know where to begin. But I went to a JUCO, but I think I drank more and partied more than I studied, so it wasn't for me. I just wasn't for me. So I just started working in the dental field right away. I was a dental assistant, and I loved it. But then I moved back home. Just wasn't for me, that big city. I love small towns. And then I was a detention jailer, so a correctional officer. So I've had really good jobs that I know for a fact has shaped me and gave me the growth that I needed, that maybe I didn't get from college. Because I feel like in college you do meet like your good friends. You get a chance to like really experience life, right? I didn't get that. I didn't get to like go to a nice fancy college and have a dorm and go out with your friends. Like I didn't get that. So I feel like I had to grow up quicker, because we did have Jordan at a young age. I had Jordan very young. Jordan's 10 now, so you can do the math. But so I feel like having to do that and then having to work like actual in the field jobs has really made me appreciate working from home, and also being able to provide possibly income for women, men, whatever, to work from home. But college, just I partied, kicked it, chilled.
This was college for, right? Yeah,
that's all I did. I didn't walk in with a degree, but I walked in with hoping to be a marine biologist was my goal. But found out beer was pretty good, so that's what happened.
I mean, that's the good thing about college. You go in and like find out who you actually are, or what you want to do, or what if you thought what you wanted to do is actually what you want to do.
Yeah, I would have never, like, you know, in high school you do that, like, that time capsule, and it's like, what are you going to be at when you're 30? You guys ever do that? Did you guys do like a time capsule?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, I know what I said. I said I was going to be a marine biologist living in California. Lord, you would not even see me in California ever. And it's just crazy how, like, just what you said, like, you look back on yourself and you're like, why would I even think of that? But
do you think maybe it's kind of just to fit in? Kind of like with everyone's like doing this, like.
I just love ocean life, but I don't know why I chose California. I don't know why I said that in high school.
Because by the ocean?
Maybe. But, you know.
You might be able to be over
when
there.
you're younger, you're like, oh, California is like the nice.
Well, I was from a small town
beach,
in Kansas. So,
nice
like.
beach, palm trees and stuff. And then
Yeah.
California's a beautiful place. It really is. You go to Los Angeles, it's 75 degrees every day, all night. It's perfect there.
Yeah, it's too dry.
Weather-wise, it's perfect.
Yeah,
Weather-wise.
Last 2 years, I mean, that's taking a turn. But,
Yeah.
So, I mean, kind of, so give us a breakdown. Where can people find, like, where you, I don't know if you have a date for Axxis, but where are people going to be able to, so is it going to be like online, or where they contact you? How does that go about?
Definitely social media presence is what I've been doing already. So I'm kind of like this is like part of launching like this podcast. I took some really awesome photos today. Yeah, we did.
That was good.
So I'm working up to the launch date, but again, it all comes down to whenever I get the formula finalized. So I'm hoping this next sample, which should come in, 10 days, that's when I can say, all right, because it takes like 7 to 12 weeks to produce thousands, I'm talking like 10,000 bottles of foundation, contour, all of it. And then I will have a launch date, but definitely 2022. But we don't have a date yet. But they can reach us social media. Obviously, we don't have like a warehouse or an office yet, but
I always say we're as close as we've ever been.
yes.
There you go.
Every day is closer.
That's good.
But you know what? We didn't go public until the 5th of November. That's when I went public on social media. And we have done we have been
So
killing it.
So tell us too, because so it's like makeup, it's like you got like shirt. Like
Yeah,
tell us what all does it consist? What all could you get with the Axxis?
With Axxis, I will launch foundation, contour, concealer, blush, bronzer.
For all you makeup people that
Foundation? Did I say
understand those terms,
foundation?
I
Yeah,
don't.
pretty
I
much
mean,
your
it's
full
just
face.
makeup.
Yeah, and then we have merch which if you can see, it's 2 X's and an A. It's killer. And then I do have like some bracelets, just some little like knick-knack.
The lash system.
Some knick-knack
Oh yeah, the
paddywhacks.
lashes. Don't forget
And
about
then-
the lashes. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks so good. Lashes. But we want to expand. Like, we want to cater to men.
So like
Beard oil.
say like shirts and stuff. Are they
can
for
buy
men?
them.
Are they for men too?
Yeah,
Okay.
unisex for sure.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean the product line won't stop there. You got to kind of pick here's kind of the target of what we're going to start with, and then let's get things going. Let's get this opportunity.
Yeah, launching
rolling,
a company is, you already know, it is.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and
So
then-
it's a brand. It's a lifestyle.
Yes.
It's not just the products; it's like the whole brand, and like the people behind it too.
Yes. That's why we
It's
we have to do it right. Like, you know what's funny though, you guys, is the obstacles that we've had is crazy. So like, if I would have done, so my original thought, I will not share with you, but I had an original thought of my foundation. I am so glad I didn't do that.
See, and then
You
we
know
go
what I
back to
mean?
the thing. Like, if you don't go back and see your passion, you're just like, the fuck was I thinking? Like, I feel like that's not good. Like, if you're just
No.
like, that me in the past was a badass, like, you should be like,
No.
then
I didn't
why
have-
aren't you a badass? Not, that's what I'm saying. Like, you should be able to.
There were some things I was like, I'm going to do this, do that. And if we would have quickly made decisions instead of sitting down talking about it, I'm not sure the formula would be as good as it is now. Patience and timing and communication has been on our side.
I guess another question, like when you're kind of talking, so it's like when you're doing your stuff, like who do you kind of consult with? Do you be like, hey, do you get with Ryan and be like, hey, do you think we should be doing this, or is it, or like the makeup, I didn't like this, but it was okay. Should I ask him to do these changes, or how does that go?
So I have like a a close friend group that I send samples to,
Okay.
and I'll be like, all right, try it on. What are you thinking? Does it need this? Does it need that? And it's just been, I just have a little team of like 3 or 4 women that help me, and of course, I put the makeup on him, and he looks so pretty. If we had a daughter,
he has
would
it on,
be.
He has it on that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, put some eyelashes on you. But no, I have a team of people that give me their honest opinion, because again, I like, in order for me to be the best CEO I could be and the best entrepreneur is get feedback from other people.
Feedback,
and I take that very well. I mean, I play sports, so like, you already know, if you're not doing something right, you better fix it or you're not going to do better, right?
So sorry, keep going.
You sure?
No, I was just gonna kind of go. So you're talking like sports and everything. So who could this be for? It could be for like, if you're going, like if you're working, you're just sport like.
The everyday woman.
Everyday woman, if she works out, if she doesn't like to wear makeup, but she wants to start, like, I'm gonna make it. It is such a good formula. Like, it is so good, you guys. Like, you guys would probably want to wear it. It's so good. Like, it heals your face.
Depends the day of the week.
Yeah.
The other part of it too, I mean, so the foundation and all they're different colors. It's the same formula, but you got to formulate the color too.
Oh yeah, I had to make my own colors.
So yeah, we're working on that a little bit, and yeah.
How long were we up that one night when I was doing colors?
It was way past my bedtime.
It was like 1 a.m. and I was up for 6 hours sitting there using like reds and greens and orange and yellows to make a color.
For like colors for like people's different skin and stuff. Because and then I've been thinking about this since the beginning. So like, I'm pretty sure you've seen the people, like, you know, they go like this and they're like, you can tell like where their makeup line is.
Oh, makeup line
right there.
That's beautiful.
And you know why that is? Because they need help. Like, a lot of women think that just going to Walmart, but you could, okay, hold on. Why you should do what I'm doing and why you should be part of this amazing company is because you will get help how to do your makeup. So let's say you're a customer of mine, okay? I'm an Axxis Beauty advisor and you want to try my makeup. I will literally help you pick your right shade so that you don't have that makeup line and you don't look crazy walking around. Like, you will have that support from inside the company as a customer. And if you're like, I don't know how to contour, cool, guess what, I'm doing a live video today on my social media page where I can show you how to contour. So that's what's different about my company. And like, just walking into like a Sephora or Ulta is, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know if your guys' significant others go to Sephora or do Ulta. They Ulta?
No, Ulta.
Okay,
no.
Does she get the help that she really needs, or does she feel like when she walks in they're just kind of like,
She doesn't need much help, but like when she walks in, they're pretty much just like
yeah,
whatever.
But she doesn't get like that one-on-one kind of like take you to the side. Let's really pick your right color.
No.
Let's pick what color complements your skin. Right? You're gonna get that here. You're gonna get all that here.
How do you put it on properly? How do you take care of your skin?
How do you prime before?
As good as it possibly can look.
Yeah. So that's what they're gonna get with us, and I'm gonna teach my advisors. Customer service, dude, is gone. So I want to bring that back. I really want people to feel close to who they're buying from, and you know, have that nice culture of
customer service is huge.
Yeah.
And it should. So someone, this is all online, right? So someone, they should pick the right color. But if they don't pick the right color, there's an opportunity to exchange it until you get the right color. So there's no risk to anybody to mess. If you
mess up, like
we'll make it right and get it on right. And Kortney can make just about anything look good.
I mean,
but she's working really hard to make this makeup look good and then make it look good by putting it on right.
So let me get y'all's opinion, because you guys are guys.
Yeah.
What did you think of my makeup today when I came on set? Be honest.
No, it's good.
It was good.
I like it really.
I
The biggest thing that I'm talking like is the line right here, because I see that, you know, you see all the stuff online, you know, that the girls they think they're all good. They go to the club and then they got the flower face.
I'm in there though.
Or they come out and they're all like, it's awesome here because they're all sweating.
Looking like the Joker and shit.
Oh man. But you think it looks good? Like, you're being honest.
Some of that could be because of the ingredients that's in there and their makeup.
Oh, it's aloe vera based. We can say that. It's aloe vera based.
Ours is.
But
if someone's buying a glycerin-based makeup, what's glycerin? It's slippery, right? So if you're wearing it, you go to the club, you start sweating, it's going to slide off the face, and then you're going to have this...
Wait a second, you're not as pretty as I thought you were.
Yeah.
Flip the light. What you got to start doing at the club home and I was flip the fucking lights on. Let's take a look.
Yeah, right.
Before.
Yeah, but you know what? I've been there.
But that's all part of what she's trying to account for when she makes this. So.
Yeah.
So people will be able to just like buy the makeup, or do they have to be like an advisor to be able to get the
Have
makeup?
access to the
That's
makeup.
a good question. We've actually had
Anyone can buy the makeup.
Yeah, but they're saying you have to go through an advisor for a link, right?
Or could you
Is
just
that what
go
you're
through-
asking?
No, I was asking if like people can just like
Go to your
not
website
go-
and buy it?
Yeah.
Or do they have to be like, hey, Eric, I need some makeup, and then Eric gives
I
it
mean,
to
I'm
me?
definitely going to recommend that you go to an advisor, because even though you may think that
Your
you know
contours.
makeup and stuff, but I'm going to teach my advisors the undertones. Like,
Okay.
you have a very olive undertone and you have a very neutral undertone. I can see that right now. So I will.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Oh, it's good.
I'm just gonna hope it's good.
It's good. So then,
I know natural's good.
Let me
So-
clarify that.
hold on next second. So I know a lot of women have been wearing the same brand of makeup probably for a while, and they always pick the same color. Okay? Doesn't mean that your skin color is not going to change because of you went to the beach or whatever. So like, I want you to go to an advisor so they can help teach you, why do I pick this color? Well, you have a really warm undertone. Oh, I was told at Sephora that I was neutral, right? Which, whatever. But I want to be able to give you the best customer service. And by doing that, going to an advisor will be the best. Because when you order from me, from the company, I'm not going to be your upline, right? I'm not going to be like your customer person. But if you have an advisor, you'll have that one-on-one connection.
But they'll have access to
Yeah.
you if they do need
Sorry,
it,
babe.
right?
Yeah.
An advisor's free to purchase whatever they like.
Yeah.
A customer will have to go through an advisor
Yes.
to purchase the makeup. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Because I don't want to have to make you feel like you don't have that one-on-one. Because like, as much as I'd love to sit there on a Zoom with you and help you do your makeup, time won't allow that.
And I mean, I guess another question. I mean, I don't know too much about makeup, but how long? I guess it's hard to tell. But say like, I go with you. I'd be like, hey, I need like you're saying, the contour foundation or stuff. Is it like? Because I think the people's problem, I think, is like they just want it now. I just need new makeup
yeah.
now. So is it like?
You know what? We need to break that cycle right now.
Like for people, yeah, okay.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, we're in such a world of no patience, and I want it now. Because people, right? Walmart pickup. Let's just get more lazy and go do Walmart pickup, right? It may take 5 to 10 days to get your product. Like, I don't know. Like, once it's out of my possession, like, that's on UPS or USPS to get it to you in a safe, timely manner. And I really want to stress that to people. Like, as much as I would love to take a trip to your house and give you your product, like, I can't. So, I mean, our time around, we'd like 10 days. What do you think?
Oh, for sure. But
I mean, that's the most.
Yeah, 'cause
Everything
it's
will
a
be
process, like you're
tracking.
saying. People think, I mean, because I order stuff and you get impatient, but it's a process. Like, by the time someone puts the order, by the time you receive it, by the time you get it, package it, take it to the place, and then it's a weekend. So it's like, there's a process to go through,
And I want them to know, like, when we start out, like, I'm literally going to be in my house packaging their products. So, like, I may have a kid over here like, Mom, I pooped my pants. Like, I'm sorry. I got to put down what I was doing and go cater to my mom life, my home life. So,
As we
just,
start out, for
just
sure.
give us grace on that, and I'll communicate with whoever, like, hey, but we are going to be good about that.
I mean, I think the expectation we have is that if an order is placed, by the end of the next day, the order is shipped.
Yes.
And then what always makes me feel better of talking about, the time frame of when something can be delivered. When you buy it on Amazon tells you the estimated delivery date, and it typically is that day. Sometimes it even comes the night before, right?
Yeah.
It makes me feel better to see, if I buy this today, it's going to come on next Wednesday. Perfect. If I buy something and I have no idea when it's going to show up, it kind of gives me that little bit of like, man, when's that going to be here? When's it going to be here? When's it going to be here? So everything we ship and sell will have tracking.
We will have communication
So
now.
you'll get notified when your product is shipped, and you'll get notified of here's your tracking info, and you can go and see what day it's expected to be there.
Yep.
And if it's not, then we'll make it right.
Cool. No, that's good. So where can people find you right now? You're on as Axxis Beauty on
Instagram, Facebook.
and your website soon to come.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a domain, like name yet?
Yeah, I have axxisbeauty.com, but that's what I'm building. So like I'm
Okay.
actually building my own website. But once that's live, I'll definitely, be posting that. But
Yeah, that's some of the stuff. So we own the domain rights to AxxisBeauty.com.
I have actually 2 domains. One domain is for customers, and the other domain that I don't know anybody else who's done this because I'm just awesome. It is called ABC, Axxis Beauty Central, and it's going to be a designated area for just my advisors. But within that, it's just gonna be booming with like trainings, live videos. So like a lot of times in a direct sales company, they rely on Facebook. They rely on Facebook to be like their sole connection to other people. So like the CEO may have a group that's called Axxis Beauty Advisors, right, on Facebook. I didn't want that because it's just overwhelming, to have all those notifications and stuff. So I actually created my own little like central group inside my central website. So like they don't have to check Facebook to keep up with what's going on in the company. I will actually have all of that
That's good.
on a domain so that they don't ever have to depend on being at work and their Facebook is, blowing up because whatever reason, like they're able to go into this ABC website, Axxis Beauty Central website, and just work on their own pace and their own time. And I'm super stoked for that because,
It'll have
like I
live
said,
videos.
I'll do a live. Like a lot of times when you're part of a direct company, they only do lives on Zooms or they do lives on Facebook. And I wanted to get rid of the Facebook agenda. I just didn't want that for my company. So like I'll actually be live on my website.
Cool.
So
That's
everything
awesome.
is just like right there. It's in one spot and they don't have to worry about maneuvering from here to there.
Downloading this app.
Yeah,
the
it's all
other app.
right there. Everything. That's why it's called Axxis Beauty Central.
Cool. So I can have access
Awesome.
to everything.
Yes.
No, that's good. I mean, you should be a couple beers down by now with so much access words we had today.
No kidding, right?
No, but I appreciate you guys coming on with us, kind of
Thank you.
giving us a breakdown, a further understanding, even me, like of what all it is, because I don't know much about makeup stuff, but it's about not just a makeup, your guys' upbringings, your pretty much everything about you guys, And what do you think, Eric?
Yeah, for sure. Just guys, remember to subscribe to the channel. If it made you laugh, if you learned something new, or if you just like this like having Kortney and Ryan on, just give it a like, share it with someone else.
Make sure you check them out on their social media pages.
Axxis.
We'll have it linked down below.
Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate you guys being on. Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Thanks for having us
Yeah,
on.
appreciate
This was
it.
fun.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, everybody.
Cheers.
And I'll just leave you guys with our quote: "An act of rebellion is the question."
Thanks.
Underdogs underestimated.
Awesome.